Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Laker family, where the Lakers finally got back into the winners column against the Denver Nuggets tonight. They beat them 93-89 in a close game throughout. We did get us a sizable lead that we once again lost, but I love the fight for my team tonight. Finally, something that I haven't seen in a while now, within like the past 4 or 5 games. Yes, we were without LeBron. I think we're going to be without Dennis Schroeder. They said for the next 10 days, due to safety protocols or what have you. We did get KCP back tonight. Things of that nature. Now we came out first quarter. It was very defensive minded type of game that first quarter there, and even then it was a little bit frustrating to watch too because I felt like we were leaving a lot of opportunities out there, like a lot of missed free throws, a lot of chances that we could have expanded the lead, um, things of that nature. Like we just kept missing, like chippy stuff like that. Uh, but Anthony Davis did look good. He looked great tonight. He looked. This is probably his best game since the return from his injury. I'm talking about as far as just from the eye test. He looked livelier. Like I spoke in the last video, I said that him and LeBron James did not look explosive at all since their returns, and tonight it looked totally different. Anthony Davis looked like he had more bounce in his step. You could tell on the defensive side as well. He ended up with 3 blocks, and that crucial block at the end. Did y'all see that block? The amount of ground that he had to cover to get to that Caponzo's 3-point shot. That was incredible. I haven't seen a block that special in a while. I'm talking about the guy who literally was like inside the paint and had to run a leaping run like he was Superman or somebody, and still got the block. That is the Anthony Davis we know and love, and we need back if we're talking about contending for a championship. Um, but to get back to the flow of the game, uh, I was a little bit frustrated with the first quarter, but then the second quarter came around, and I was like, "Yes, there you go. That where have you been as far as the fight in my team? It was night and day. They was clawing, scratching. It was do or die. Guys were diving on the floor. Playing like it was no tomorrow. That is what I need to see on a nightly basis from the Lakers. It would have been different if we was already sitting pretty in the number one seed. We can kind of take our foot off the gas, this, that, and the third. But no, we're in a desperate situation right now where we're trying to avoid a play-in tournament. Um, Third quarter comes around, then it goes back to like as soon as the third quarter started, um, uh, uh, it got back to kind of disappointing mode for me because we started doing these dumb nut turnovers again. It was like back to back to back to back, and it was like letting the Nuggets off the hook, giving them easy looks, letting them back in the game. You never want to give, especially a good team, that many opportunities, that many cracks at the other end of the floor. You keep turning the ball over like that. So turnovers was a big issue tonight. We ended up with 20 turnovers. We survived it somehow. And I'm gonna tell you how we survived it. We survived it from the 3-point line. We were on from the 3-point line. We made 13 of them. The Nuggets only made 6. That was the big difference in the ball game. Because I felt like we left points on the table as far as free throws. We left a lot of points on the table as far as turnovers, missing wide open guys, and we also played defense in key spurts of the game. If you look at Jokic, um, points, you would think that he killed us. I think he had like 32 points, but he shot like 12 or 28. So, um, even from, just looking at it, you thinking, oh man, this guy's killing us. But then you look up, it took him 28 shots to get 32 points. So we were doing an okay job on Jokic, and I want to say half of those 12 shots that he made were like take your head off type of shots. It was like guys literally would have kissed him if they got any closer. I'm talking about all in his grill, and he was just doing some fall away like this. Not even. I'm like, God, how is he making this crap? So for the most part, I felt like we did a good job on him, and that's a large part to Marc Gasol. Marc Gasol, but other than Anthony Davis, I felt like Marc Gasol deserves a game ball tonight. He came in, he was a plus 17 out there. And the thing that kills me with Frank Vogel is that he doesn't stick to what works. Tonight he did more of a better job of managing that. He stuck with Gasol because it was working. Montrezl Harrell didn't get a lot of run this game, which is somewhat understandable because you don't want to end up putting him on Jokic, and you don't want to have Anthony Davis guarding Jokic for a lengthy time, of the game, because Anthony Davis is still, coming off that Achilles. You don't want him having to carry the scoring load plus guard Jokic, for the majority of the game. So the Montrezl Harrell thing was kind of understandable tonight, but the other nights not so much. Tonight I gave Frank Vogel a pass for not playing Montrezl Harrell as much. Drummond deserved to go to the bench tonight. He gave us absolutely nothing tonight. He was getting physically abused by Jokic, just getting back down. This is the second time I think that Drummond has faced up against a marquee center and has kind of got bullied. First it was Gobert, and now it's Jokic. Drummond, not only was he couldn't hold his ground against Jokic, he couldn't even secure rebounds tonight. It was just like fumbling, shacking the fool type of stuff every time somebody would miss. He would fumble the ball or rebound. I'm like, Drummond, get the rebound. What are you doing? So it was things like that, man, that was kind of irking me from Drummond tonight. He was like a minus 11 on the floor tonight. For the most part, Drummond has been a success in the Lakers uniform. But when we go up against these marquee centers, we're going to need more from Drummond. You're going to have to give us that nastiness. And I think Skip Bayless spoke on that, even though I hardly listen to what that man has to say. But he was saying Dwight Howard and them, they brought a nastiness. No, Dwight Howard couldn't just completely shut down Jokic, but he brought a nastiness to the game, a frustration level to the game for Jokic. We're going to need that when we go up against Jokic if we have to face them in the playoffs. So Drummond, you got to get your acting here, and you're one of the main reasons. That was one of the main reasons for acquiring an Andre Drummond for that purpose solely. But to get back to Frank Vogel's decision making, I felt like he did better than sticking with Marc Gasol. He sparked us. He knocked down a couple of threes. Played excellent defense on Jokic. Yes, Jokic hit some tough ones on him, from time to time. But the thing that irked me in the end about Frank Vogel was he didn't stick with THT when THT had it going late. That lineup that he had in there with THT, there was a lot of positives that was going on. THT had a pick and roll play that was a success with Anthony Davis. But before that, the lineup was working with THT. Then Frank Vogel takes him out of the game, and then the Nuggets make this little run at the end. Then because he brought in Caruso for THT. Caruso was making some boneheaded decisions at the end, like a lot of indecisiveness and a lot of Shaq and the Fool stuff, falling with the ball and tossing it up to the Nuggets, stuff like that. And then I think Frank Vogel saw it. To Frank Vogel's credit, he gave Caruso a couple of possessions, and Caruso screwed up both of them. Then he yanked them, and then he put THT back in there. THT had the pick and roll, which was a success with Anthony Davis. Then he yanked THT again, put Caruso back in there. Caruso did another bonehead play. Then he was like, okay, then he put THT back in there. He ended up making, I think, a game-winning layup. And now Doris Burke, baby girl. I love Doris Burke. I love her commentary. She's 9 times out of 10, she's level-headed and she makes reasonable comments. But tonight, I felt like she was a little off. That was clearly an offensive foul when Campazzo ran into Anthony Davis. You could injure somebody like that. Anthony Davis was running, trying to block the 3-point shot from Michael Porter Jr., and Campazzo just straight drives into Anthony Davis. That was the right call, offensive foul. Doris Burke sitting up there, oh, how is that a foul? Is that a da-da-da-da? Is that a foul? Then she turns around, and when on that play with THT, took that wild, the first layup attempt was kind of wild. It was a forced, wild, late second attempt at a layup to get us an extra cushion at the end. He missed it. He missed it bad, and he airballed it. It hit the backboard. He caught it, and then he had to go straight back up and lay it up because he only had 1 second left to shoot. And she's sitting up there saying, "Why didn't he dribble the ball out? He only had 1 second left." The possession did not. We did not get a new shot clock. The possession didn't get turned over. We wasn't awarded with another shot clock. He had to go back up with that, Doris Burke. So her commentary was a little off tonight. You know, and I'll give her a pass because she does great for the majority of the time, but she was a little off tonight. I felt like the referees were poor tonight. That last foul could have cost us. Marc Gasol had clearly wrapped Jokic up pre him trying to go up for the layup attempt, and they still awarded Jokic 2 free throws at the end, and Frank Vogel went ballistic, understandably so. And they also missed a technical call on Jokic earlier in the game where he felt he didn't get a call, and he just launched the ball down like with his fist. That for all the soft stuff I didn't see people get a technical for this whole year, that wasn't a technical foul. So come on, refs, get it together. If that was Anthony Davis, I 100% guarantee you they would have gave us a tech for that. Come on now, be fair, refs. Get it in gear. Stuff like that can cost people seedings and everything. It's too tight of a playoff race for referees to be coming up and screwing these games up like that. Come on now. If stuff like that had me ranting and raving at my TV. Along with I'm not gonna lie to you, I got upset at our turnovers. I got beside myself. 20 turnovers is absolutely ridiculous. So you can't have that on top of refs not doing any favors for you. So those are my negatives there. At the end of the day, we still found a way to claw out a much-needed win. I'm so happy about it. And I don't know how long LeBron James is going to be out. I don't know if they were just using the ankle injury as an excuse just to give him some rest tonight. I don't know. But let's hope everything is okay with LeBron James and we get him back for a couple of games going into the playoffs because he looked rusty. His first 2 games back, he looked rusty. There was nothing explosive about LeBron James when he came back. The Blazers did us a little favor tonight. They lost to the Hawks. So right now I think we're back in the 5th spot because we have one more win currently than the Dallas Mavericks. So we just got to keep our fingers crossed and hope for the best, man. Stay out of that 7th spot. And that's all I have for today, guys. But thank y'all for watching. And please support your boy by sharing, and subscribing. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Can't be touched.